Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Damo Manor House channel here on YouTube. Craig as always, and I thought we'd give you a little bit of update just to show you what's going on here as always. And the back pillars, there's 4 big ones on the back. These go about 20 feet straight up with a big arch on the top. And this is what we were talking about last night, where we were anchoring them and getting them ready for the boxes. So these are pretty good, doing a great job with that, and they are solid as they can get. And we've had a delivery of blocks today, which are looking a heck of a lot better because they straightened out that bar. And the boys still have to come back in and put this row of blocks up probably tomorrow in the morning, and just over the crawl space here you can see it, and just get that all in so it's all solid. Again, I walk around the side and show you what we have. So there's all the pillars off the back. See them? 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's the block that came today. This block in here is sort of the suspect block, but this is the better block. See how nice and square it's sitting. That's the way it should be, and that's going to make going up to the ground level on where the living space is a heck of a lot easier to put down because they're so square. So that is a blessing that's been straightened out. But any project has its trials and tribulations and challenges, as always. It's just minimizing them and fixing them as you see them. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. So here's all the pillars off the front. So we got starting just on the corner of the veranda. We've got the first one. We've got it all down. That was done more this morning. And then they took a break and they got all the lines still pulled up here. So you can see the lines pull right up to the line. So eventually when we're doing them, we'll pull them right up to the line when we get the boxes on them. So they're pretty strong. They're all at ground level. We still need to come back in and put the boxes on them so that we know where to put the bottom pillars on this house. And it's going to take a little bit of mathematics from me, which is not my best suit, but I'm going to give it my best shot to make sure that we can get everything level and the steps down in and out of the verandas correct, and get the beams nice and straight, because there's a foot beam that sits right on top of all these pillars on the bottom. So we've got a few things sort of holding things up right now. They are straight right down on the bottom. I'm not concerned too much at the top because they'll bend in, but this is looking pretty good. I got it all filled up. These holes were absolutely huge. They're 3 feet by 3 feet and 3 feet deep. And even with fall stones, it's taken about 2 bags of extra concrete to get them all filled up. So it's looking good. Here's the corner of the house. So this is looking great. It really is. Fantastic. Straight down the way. So from this point, the boxes on all these, and then what we'll do is we'll start on the floor on the inside of the house. So we'll start laying the red mahogany floor shortly, so stay tuned on seeing that. We are looking forward to that. We've got the boards sitting right over there. You can see them right over here sitting on the ground. As a general reference, we will be doing all the interior walls and so forth with 2x4s. So the remnants and the offcuts from the 2x12s are starting to show up. You see some 2x4s sitting on the ground here. So those will start showing up like the ones over there for the floor. And is the biggest challenge trying to get the roof on the house before it starts really raining here on a consistent basis in May, June. And it's going to be a challenge for us to do it. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. I'm not going to say it's going to be done, but we're going to give it our best shot. This up again when we make more progress, and maybe go down to the wall and see that finished down by the tank. The fellow that is dealing with the borehole is going to be coming up here hopefully tomorrow or the next day, and we'll be able to get that sorted out so that we don't have to worry about the water. It's probably my biggest challenge right now is the water and the roof on before it rains. Those are the two biggest things.
Oil done. Put a leg on that road. I cover the whole leg. Inside you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Demo Manor House channel. Craig here as always. Thought we'd bring you up to date with what is happening here on the site. We have actually been on lockdown for 3 days with the coronavirus sort of thing. And from Sunday to Tuesday, today is Tuesday, we've been staying up at the Baffa. And there's Miss Hulai just sitting out there. Yeah. So we've been living out here, sleeping under the Baffa. It was a bit chilly here last night, but we have the blow-up bed with us, and it's actually sitting up on blocks and some plywood underneath it, which is quite cool. So it's been interesting anyway, to say the least. And I was going to turn the camera around and put myself in the picture here today, but I haven't had a shave in about 4 days, and I'm not doing that. So next time I will turn the camera around and you can see me in the picture. So pretty much where we are, yesterday the fellas and I were building these. Remember me talking about all these pillars, especially the 4 big ones off the back. There's one, there's 2 with the buckets on it. We use that as a portable little shower here in the evening when it gets dark. And there's the 3rd one down here and the 4th one down the end. So this is what's going to sit right on top of the box right here. Okay, so it was quite interesting. This is all marine plywood, and it took us all day yesterday to actually get it. We've got a few little imperfections that we need to fix up because those will show in the concrete when it's actually done. But yeah, it is what it is. So it's actually a little bit of a modified pillar from what is on the plan. They have some round edges sort of on the bottom, down the bottom, and you have to cut pipe and all that stuff, and it's too much palaver because we have to. This is the only box we have, and what we're going to do is fill this up, put this over the rebar from the top tomorrow. It's the only one that we'll have to do like that. We'll get about 4 or 5 guys and actually pick this up because this is about 150 pounds, probably close to 200 pounds, this box. Okay, so it was all screwed together, and we will get a nice pillar out of that. And when we get this put onto this box, we'll see if we can get some video of them doing that, because it's going to be quite interesting on how they're going to do it. You're going to have to stack the blocks up. So we've gotten all of these done in the back. I'm going to walk around the front. There's the side of the house. It's actually been quite nice here. It was a bit hot this afternoon, about midday. It was about 92 degrees, but right now it's about 78 degrees. It's not too terribly bad, and it's certainly a doable thing. That's the water. Getting a bit low in the that's river water. That's why it's the color that it is. It's just the leaves and all that stuff, all the disgusting sort of stuff out of the rivers. But it's actually reasonably clean. You know, you can't drink it, but it's okay to do stuff with concrete with. So we go down there and we fill up all the batches. So here's the front of the house. Remember me talking about putting the boxes on these also? So there they are. These are the footers. And that box that I just showed you is actually going to be sitting on each one of these. And they actually step up, and step up all the way to the far side of the front of the house. Pretty much we're taking it up 2 inches off the block. So it comes up about 2 inches off the block. So because it has such a rise on it, this foundation, we have got to put the boxes up to be able to meet that, and all the veranda sort of measurements. So that is what it looks like here. So just coming up, walk down underneath the veranda here and into the crawl space into the house. That's the only way to get in. So I'm going to go ahead and step in and come underneath. And there is what we've been doing today. So the floor joists, which are these pieces of wood here. This is the red mahogany redwood. Okay, they're 12 feet long and they're relatively straight. It's not too terribly bad. And those are going to be sitting on these pillar boxes. Okay, these are floor joist pillar boxes to raise up the height so that the boards can actually rest right on top of these footers. Okay, so after my amateur job on short screws, which after we got it about 1/4 of the way full, the bottom kicked out just on the bottom and it wasn't good, and we had to pick the box up and put longer screws. And look at all this bracing, guys. This is how heavy this concrete is. This is how big these pillars are. Massive. Really big on this house. So this is just about to get the last little bit. Once all the water comes out of it and it sets, then we're good. It's just the first instances when you first put it in, all the weight from all the rocks, the sand, the cement. And remember, there's an extra bit of cement in this just to make them really strong. So we keep on going around making sure they don't kick out, but they're so heavily braced and the screws have really helped. But we didn't panic, we just kept on going, took the concrete out of the bottom, held the box up and redid it. So there we go. Okay. Go on. Concrete.
You can take this wire, but then we mix it. You know, one be there. Put it on top. That box.
Shake up.
Okay, done. Small. You take up. Down to. Okay, roule les forces.
Il y a more block there.
No, don't. Yeah, that's the
That's not